Welcome to the Growing in Love for Life podcast, where it's all about saving and strengthening your marriage and creating the relationship you really deserve and want to have. And now, from growinginloveforlife.com, relationship and marriage coach and best-selling author, your host, Liam Naden.
This is episode 54 of the Growing in Love for Life podcast. Hi everyone, welcome to this episode. It's Liam Naden here. Thanks very much for joining me on this latest episode. And I've called this one, How Valentine's Day Can Really Save and Strengthen Your Marriage. Now the reason I'm doing this topic this month is because, of course, February, when I'm recording this, is the month of Valentine's Day. And although it's past for this year, I thought it'd be really useful and interesting to look at Valentine's Day in perhaps a different light to what you might have currently thought about it. Because there's a right way, I think, there's a real message, a powerful message that you can take from Valentine's Day. Well, two messages, one very positive message and one a bit of a message that's not so positive, that's really where it won't be helpful for you. Because it's interesting, around Valentine's Day, certainly coming up to it, I get a lot of emails from people who say, what should I do for Valentine's Day for my husband or my wife or my partner? It's coming up and I want to do something special for them. What do you suggest I do? So I thought I'd cover all of this in a podcast, the answer, because I think the answer to what you should do for Valentine's Day is a little bit more complicated, or a little bit more involved, if you like, and requires a little bit more thinking than just what you would automatically think you should do, which is perhaps give them flowers or give them a gift. All right, so Valentine's Day. Well, this, of course, is a celebration, and I'm not sure where you're listening from, obviously, but in most Western cultures, Valentine's Day is something of a celebratory day that's sort of advertised fairly widely through the media, and is a day where we're supposed to remember and do something special for the person that we love. But the thing is, what I've found is that most people are disappointed by Valentine's Day, and they're disappointed by the outcome that they get from it. And perhaps you've been in this situation as well. Most people find, or certainly many people find, that it really has been a bit of a disappointment, that it really didn't spur their relationship into a better place that they hoped it would. And so it's worth, as I say, looking at why that might be and what we can really do to use this opportunity, if you like, to really make your marriage better. All right, so I said earlier what Valentine's Day is. It's a day where we celebrate the love we have and the appreciation we have for that other special person in our life, whether it be our husband or our wife or our lover or our partner. But what is Valentine's Day really? And I think there are many aspects to Valentine's Day. And most people miss the point, really, of what these aspects are. The way I see Valentine's Day is that what it comes with is a lot of pressure on people. You know, if you look at It's a day that's very much driven by marketing, by advertising, by people who want you to spend money, basically, and which is fair enough. We live in a commercial world, but it's very much driven. What happens by this is that it creates unrealistic expectations. So what we're fed, at least subconsciously, is that, you know, do something special for the person that you love on Valentine's Day. It's going to be really special and meaningful for them. It's going to make a big difference to your relationship. And you should do this. You should use this day to show that you appreciate them. And if you don't, then there's something wrong with you. So people go out and they buy flowers, or they arrange a special dinner, or they buy some other gift. Just send a card, perhaps, say Happy Valentine's Day. And it all says those three words, Happy Valentine's Day, which are not good words, which I'll explain as we go along. I'll explain a bit later why that is. So what really happens when you send a gift or you do something special for your loved one on Valentine's Day? Well, more often than not, you get some acknowledgement, but does it really make a difference to your relationship in a permanent sort of way? It might be a little blip of, well, thank you very much, but generally, I find that people are a bit disappointed in the result. They're expecting a lot more. They're expecting that, and particularly if their marriage is struggling, which perhaps yours is, which is why you're listening to this, and you're thinking, if I do something special on Valentine's Day, it's really going to make a difference. It's going to make my husband or my wife more in love with me. They're going to respond positively to me. And sometimes they do. Sometimes they do more out of obligation or feeling, well, yes, thank you very much, but on a deeper level, it doesn't make much of an emotional difference. So most people find, particularly when their marriages are struggling a bit, that there is no real change to their situation. So what I want to do today is analyze the psychology behind Valentine's Day and how you can really use the intention and the meaning and the emotion of Valentine's Day to make a permanent and noticeable difference to your marriage situation. And the first thing I'd say is, don't celebrate Valentine's Day. That's right, don't celebrate Valentine's Day. Now you might be thinking, well, that's ridiculous. I'm confused by what you mean, so I'm going to explain why I don't think you should celebrate Valentine's Day. But first off, think of it in this way. What are you saying when you celebrate Valentine's Day? What are you saying when you send them a gift or do something special or send them a card and just saying, I love you? What you're doing is you're saying, today is a special day, I'm thinking of you and you're important to me. Now that's good, but what does that say about every other day of the year? I mean, isn't this something you should be saying every day, that you're special and that I'm thinking about you? And that's really my whole point. Rather than making Valentine's Day a special day, why not make every day a special day? And if you know about how about my work, you'll know I base a lot of what I've discovered on what the difference is between people in great relationships and people in mediocre or unhappy relationships. And the people in great relationships send that message every day. I'm thinking of you, I love you, I think you're special. So they find a way to make every day for their relationship a special day. And it doesn't need to be big things, it doesn't need to be gifts every day. And in fact, gifts are really, when you think about it, if you send a gift on the same day that every other person in the country or the world is sending a gift, how special is that? The message you're almost sending is, well, I'm sending you a gift because, oops, I've remembered that we have a special relationship, or I've remembered that I love you. It's taken, lots of advertising all over the television and the newspapers and everywhere to remind me, oops, it's Valentine's Day. Oh, yes, I better remember that you're special. So that's what I mean about, rather than celebrating Valentine's Day, why not make every day Valentine's Day? Make every day a special day with your spouse. And even if you're struggling in your marriage and you're not getting perhaps much response from them, you can still make it a special day, make every day a special day. And here are some of the ways that I think you can do that.